All right, guys, what's going on? Cheatham Street Relics back today, and my mowing guy, my yard working guy, just left. So I thought I'd walk out and show you what kind of job you can get for $40. My blue line flag on my mailbox is just about worn out. It's faded out and busted. These little plastic mailbox covers, they don't last long. I've got a brand new one just like that in the car, I think, or in the house maybe. Somewhere. I got to throw it on. I need to get that on there to show our support for the blue. This is National Police Officers Memorial Week, so remembering all the first responders, police officers, thank them for what they do. But let's look at the yard work. He does a good job. He mows and weed eats. Of course, this is a small lot. Not very big at all. He's got one of those big zero turn mowers, so he's in and out of here in like 20 minutes. I mean, literally, but he does a good job. My property line probably goes about a foot or two, maybe a foot and a half or so, not far past that fence, but he makes one full pass all the way around the outside of the fence, which looks good. You see that. He weed eats. Now this big old giant tree here with all this growth around it, that's a huge tree, old tree. That's actually not on my property. That's actually just off of my property line, to be honest. So I'd like to have all that cut down around it, but that's not, if you did, it would grow back really quick, but that's not on my property. This old tree here, I don't even know what kind of tree it is. I don't know anything about trees. It's got a little lean to it. I'm thinking one of these days the wind is going to get it. You see, when somebody first planted it, they put that metal fence post there, I guess, to try to keep it growing straight up, which obviously didn't work. I'm assuming that's why it was placed there. And the trees actually started growing around it. The tree's in bad condition, really. You can see the black mark on the tree there. I don't know what causes that, but definitely has a lean to it, lean back toward the road. And I really need to trim that limb right there off where it's hanging over. It produces a lot of good shade out here, I will say that. This little tree thingy here, again, I don't know what that is. It's been there a long time. Kind of funny because it really doesn't have any, look, it has any bark on it. I guess it does, but it's whatever type of tree that is. Somebody watching will know, I'm sure. But I need to trim that. I need to trim these up here while they're not hanging down so low. I may get out here and do that. He don't do any tree trimming. And I've got this monkey grass. It's called monkey grass out here that's along front of the front porch. I don't like that stuff. I don't like the way it looks. I guess some people do. I have really considered coming out here and or having somebody come out here and dig it up and get rid of it. I'll go over and check my central unit. It needs to be cleaned, obviously, pretty bad. I could drag my hose around here and clean it, but usually what I do is, because I'm lazy, I just pay my local central heat and air guy to come out here and clean it. Just drop 150 bucks. You know, I could, like I said, I could drag my hose around here. And he's told me before, you can shut it off, shut the power off to it, take the panels off, spray it off real good. He said there's one screw on there somewhere that it has to go back in the exact same hole because it's a little bit longer. And if you put it in the wrong hole, it could puncture a line or something. So that one little detail there worries me, but really, it's really important, guys, to keep those things cleaned out. That one there needs to be cleaned. I need to get my guy over here to do that pretty soon. The house, although I had it pressure washed a few years ago, it needs to be at least sprayed off. It's got a lot of cobwebs and stuff on this side of the house over here. I could get my hose around here, and I may do that. I may just drag my hose around here myself and spray this unit off and spray the side of this house off over here and the front porch and front of the house. make it look a little better anyway. But he does a good job, guys, mowing. He doesn't do any weed eating with his monkey grass. It's got some other crap growing up out of it. I cut that down myself. He didn't do that. He does weed eat along the edge of the driveway. He weed eats the ditch out here. Does a good job on that. Like I said, guys, to me, 40 bucks. You know, he mows it twice a month for me, so that's $80 a month. So I'm not really going to complain about that. For years, you see there, he does like I said, he does that one round all the way around the outside of the fence. For years, I mowed it myself. I had to actually get out here with a push mower, and it was good exercise, but as I stay so busy, I've got so much stuff to do that I'd rather be doing besides mowing. You know, I just pay the 40 bucks every 2 weeks, and it makes it look good. Cut that little thing there down. There's a little weed eating around the fence. There was some crap growed up there. I got to get out here also with some Roundup and kill all this grass that's growing up through these cracks. And probably need to come back with some crack filler and fill these in where these little spots of grass are growing up. If you don't watch it, they start looking really bad growing up through that crack. And you know, I had this driveway sealed. I want to say the guy, I'd have to go back and look, but it was $500 or $600. And that was, I want to say, maybe the last summer. So we're on the second summer of this, and I don't know. I'm not highly impressed with the job they did. You see right there, it's already kind of fading back out, but it is what it is. I found this guy, and he come over here and did the spray seal. So it looks better than it did, but I don't know, looking back now, if it was worth that kind of money. The little backyard out here, like I said, guys, it looks a lot better, and I say it again, for 40 bucks, I don't think you can beat that. I got this this growth here that grows up every year right here behind this trailer along this fence. And I've got another guy, there's another little handyman guy here in town. He'll come over here and do stuff like that, but I need to get him over here to cut all that crap down. And this in the back corner back here. Be nice to have a yard maintenance person that would just come over and do all of that. Like I said, this guy just basically comes in here, mows the yard, and does minimal weed eating. I said he weed eated back here, but he didn't get that little spot there. Didn't knock that thing in the jiggy down there. We'll lift this back up. It'll blow back over. I need to get rid of these old aluminum awnings. Maybe there won't be a snake under here. Who knows? I don't know. That thing's heavier than I thought it would be. Get in the center of it. No snakes under it. Those old aluminum awnings came off an old mobile home we used to have. And those are, gosh, probably from the 60s or 70s. That's something I really need to sell that. This old fence around this lean-to here, that's something else that needs to be all torn down and redone. Needs to be torn down and redone, most definitely. The trim on this building. Of course, this is not vinyl siding. This is masonite siding on this building. That's another thing that needs to be done. I've got a lot of little honeydew things I need to get on my list and get done. Years ago, I had a tree back here. You can see a little remnants of it there. And had a little bit of a windstorm, and it blew it down. It was a very, very small tree, and it blew and fell kind of that way, I think. So it didn't hit anything. Didn't hurt anything. So that's just what's left of it. And again, that's something I could come back here and cut them little stobs off and maybe put some fill dirt in there or something and get that looking better. I'm just, like I said, guys, I'm old and lazy. Just lean-to over my little gas station replica deal here. I had that lean-to replaced. Gosh, it's probably been, the way time goes, it's probably been 10 years ago or better. I had the Amish come over here and do that. They're really good builders, really good carpentry work they do, and haven't had any issues with it. I kind of check it and look at it every so often, but especially where it hooks to the building over here. But it's solid. They did a fantastic job on it. That was an aluminum cover over lean-to, just like the one on the other side over there. And one winter we got some snow, and the weight of that snow on top of it caused it to collapse. It come loose from the building over there and just collapsed down. So had the Amish come over and do that. I cannot remember what that cost of that was, but they did an excellent job. It looks good, and it's functional for what I use it for. I used to keep my lawnmowers under there. I had a riding mower and a push mower, and I used to keep stuff like that under there until I just come up with my little replica gas station deal there. Of course, I did a video, I think, when we had this tree here cut down. It was dead, and I was just waiting on it to fall. And I was worried to death it's going to fall on the house, fall on one of my trucks out here. So I think I paid about $600. The tree company come cut that down, and that was actually money well spent, because I was really concerned about that tree. If you go back and look at the video I think I did on that, that tree was dead in really bad condition. A couple big limbs had fell off of it and fell on the fence over there and damaged it a little bit. But I've got this tree here in my neighbor's backyard. I've mentioned to them before, of course they don't live there. They bought another house, and that house has sort of just been sitting for a couple of years. Their daughter moved in for a little while, but this old tree over here, it hangs over my carport, and it doesn't look very healthy. See how it hangs over my side there. I really wish they'd have that cut, because that's another worry that I've got, that that's going to fall and damage something. But anyway, guys, just want to show you what you get for the type of yard work we get around here in West Tennessee. For $40, like I said, he charges $40 every 2 weeks, so $80 a month. And I'm happy with what he does. You know, if he did a little bit more, it wouldn't be bad. But you know, I understand $40 is not a lot of money nowadays, so I'm happy to get what I get for that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.